Good morning, kids. Welcome back to our Science 1 in Action under the STEM program. Now, today, Teacher Glenn will gonna teach you a new topic in Unit 1. Are you ready? Okay, good. Our topic for today, kids, is all about matter. Can you read again? Matter. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Matter. Good job. Now can you spell it? Okay, ready? Go. M A T T E R matter. Matter. Good job. Okay, next. Now matter in Thai, kids, is what? Okay, can you read in Thai? Okay, very good. And then in English is matter. Okay? Now, what is matter? What is matter? Okay, matter is anything that has mass. Mass is talking about weight of the object, and volume that talking about space of the object that has in the things around us, whether it can be touched, feel, smell, and see. Okay? Now, air, rocks, soil, water, trees, animals, houses, cars, or even ourselves is considered matters. Now, therefore, all things around us is all matters. Like these rocks, trees, ice, air, cat, and airplane are examples of matter. Now today we are going to learn these things. The states of matter. States of matter. Now when classifying matter using the arrangement of elemental molecules as our criteria. Okay, we need to look the molecules. Now the substance is divided into 3 states as follows. Number 1, solid. Can you read it inside? Good. Number 2, liquid. Can you read it inside? Good. Next, number 3, gas. What is inside? Good. Now these are the 3 states of matter. Okay, again, number 1, solid. Good. Number 2, liquid. Good. Number 3, gas. Good. Okay. Now, as you can see here, these are the pictures that illustrate the 3 states of matter. First is the solid. Okay, look at the picture. There is something inside. Okay, that is the example of solid. Next is liquid. As you can see inside the cup, that is the illustration of solid. Next is gas. As you can see inside, that is the illustration of gas. Okay, so molecules, kids, are the group of atoms bonded together, and then molecules are the smallest part of matter. So we are going to check or to look the molecules in the matter so that we can see the differences of these three states of matter. Okay? Now let's start in number 1, solid. Okay, solid. Now solid means substances with a constant shape and volume have a unique shape as the molecules in the solids are arranged closely together and packed in an orderly way. It has a very high inter-adhesion force, leaving the molecules in no movements or very little movements. It's hard to change shapes. Hard to change shapes. Now, this is the example of solid, okay, an ice cubes of water, and as you can see, the molecules inside the circle, they are all arranged and close together. Okay, that's why the shape cannot be changed, the weight cannot be changed, or the mass, as well as the volume of the solids matters. So these are the illustration of the solid state matter. Now kids, remember always that solid, the shape, the mass, and the volume stays the same. Okay? Nothing has been changed in the solid matters. Okay, because the molecules stay together. These are the following examples of solid matters. Okay, first, stone. Okay, and then we have gold, that you can see it's very strong and cannot change easily. And then we have also wood. Okay, that also hard and cannot be changed the shape easily. Then we have also rubber tire, and we have also iron, which is very strong, and the last one is plastic, and many more. So these are all example of a solid matters. Number 2, liquid. Okay, can you read inside? Good. Very good. Now, liquid, kids, refers to a substances with a constant volume but the shape changes with a container. It can flow because the molecules in the liquid are far apart rather than solid. Now, the molecules do not stick together, so they can move at close range and have a mutual attraction. Now, this is the example of liquid, the water. Okay? Now, if you can see the molecules, it will not stick together, and they always moving and changing their shapes. Okay, that is the liquid molecules. Now, liquid mass stays the same, and then the volume stays the same, and the shape is changed, or there is a changes in the shape according to the space that it can be occupied by the liquid. So that is the liquid, kids. Okay, matter. These are the examples of liquid matters. Okay, we have water. Okay, then milk is is also an example. And we have also oil and soda. Okay, these are all examples of liquid matters and many more, if you can see around. Okay, so this is liquid state matters. Okay, number 3, gas. Gas. Now, in Thai, you can read it. Okay, good. Okay, now gas means, kids, that substances with no fixed shape and volumes change according to the container. Now, energy is able to move quickly in all directions at all times. Therefore, there is a very little attraction between particles which can be easily penetrated and compressed to a smaller size in gas matter. Now, as you can see, the example that molecules is not stay together very far from the other molecules, and these are the examples of changing the shapes and volume also had been changed according to the space, okay, of the container. Now, gas mass stays the same, but volume and shape changes. Okay, so that is the gas matter, kids, that only the mass stay the same, but volume and shape will change. Okay, these are all the examples of gas matter. We have LPG. Okay, inside the LPG is a gas matter. Okay, example of gas matter, not the tank. The tank is example of solid matters, but inside the tank is the gas. Then we have also carbon dioxide, the air that comes out from our body, that is carbon dioxide. Next, we have also hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas. And we have also steam. Okay, that as you can see, the smoke. Okay, this is not smoke of the fire, but the smoke from the water that boiling inside the kettle. That is the steam, and that is example of gas matter. Okay, now for you to understand more about matter or the 3 states of matter, just watch and learn from this video. Okay, understand what are the things that you can see in the video.
Do you know what water, air, and rocks all have in common? They are made of matter. Matter is something that takes up space. Now, you might be wondering why they all look so different if they are made of the same thing. But the truth is that everything around you is made of matter, just in different shapes and forms. Matter is made of tiny particles called atoms. Matter can be grouped into 3 main states: solid, liquid, or gas. To figure out which state of matter something is in, we need to examine its properties. A property is the way that something is that we can measure. The physical properties we will look at to determine state of matter are shape, mass, and volume. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Volume is how much space that matter takes up. Solids are easy to recognize. Rocks, apples, pencils, and plants are all examples of solid objects. A solid object has a definite shape that doesn't change when you move it or put it in a container. They also have a consistent mass and volume. This is because the atoms in a solid object are packed closely together, so they do not move around. A solid will change shape only if forced, for instance, if it is broken or smashed. If you look around, you can find many examples of solid objects. Liquid is the next state of matter. Liquids have a definite volume and mass, but they do not have a definite shape. The atoms in liquid are still close together, but unlike the atoms in a solid, they can move around. This allows the matter in a liquid to flow. Because liquids don't have their own shape, they take their shape from their containers. The same amount of liquid may look very different in a glass and spilled on the floor. You can find examples of liquids around you too. Water, milk, and juice are just some of the liquids you might find. The third state of matter is gas. Gases have a definite mass, but they do not have a definite shape or volume. Like liquids, gases take the shape of their containers. Unlike liquids, gases will spread out to completely fill the container they are in. If a gas is not in a container, it will keep spreading out indefinitely. This is because the atoms in a gas are farther apart than atoms in a solid or a liquid, and so they can move freely. The air you breathe is an example of a gas. You might have noticed that you can't really see air. Often, gases are invisible, but they are still there. There are many different types of gases in the Earth's atmosphere, like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, helium, and water vapor. Sometimes matter can change from one state to another. Water is a very good example of this. When water is frozen into ice, it is a solid. When it melts back into water, it is a liquid. When water evaporates into water vapor, it becomes a gas. Matter in all its states is everywhere. See if you can find solids, liquids, and gases around you.
Okay, kids, did you learn something from that video? Good. Now, that video will add more emphasis about matters, okay? So that you can understand clearly what is matters and what are those three states of matters. Okay? Now, to summarize our lesson, we should always remember that matter divided into three states. Okay, do you remember that? Okay, now what is the first one? Okay, solid. Then the second one, liquid. And then the last is gas. Okay, now solid is the shape does not change. Okay, the molecules are aligned together and packed with less mobile molecular order fixed volume. So the volume doesn't change, the shape and the mass doesn't chains. Like this, if you can see the molecules stick together and it hasn't moved. Okay, so that is the solid. And then the liquid is, the shape is not fixed. The molecules are apart but has fixed volume. Okay, so only the shape changes, but the mass and the volume still the same because the molecules are apart. Okay, next is gas. The molecules are very far apart and then spread in all direction. Volume and shapes are not fixed. Okay, so this is the molecules that you see in the box. Okay, that you can see the molecules are not stick together. So that is gas. Okay, the mass is the same, but the volume and the shape are not fixed or indefinite. Okay, so that is the summary of our lesson. Now let us read together. Okay, what are the three states of matter? Solid, liquid, gas. Again, solid, good, liquid, good, and gas. Very good. Good job. So for your activity today, you are going to group these things according to their state of matter. Okay, so just look at the picture and then write the name of the picture in every state of matter in the box. Okay, as you can see, first box is solid matter, second box is liquid matter, and then the last one is gas matter. Now you are going to put all the things or the names of the things here, put it in every state of matter. Okay, do you understand? Write it in your notebook, and or you can also write it in the paper and then take a photo and then send it to the Google form or send to the link of Teacher Poi, so that also Teacher Glenn will check that one. Okay, your finished activity. So that's all for today, kids. So hope that you will learn something from our lesson today. So thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye-bye.